Ready includes the word read. R-E-A-D. You're not ready unless you read the plan that Yahweh has for you. Without the plan, you're in a hopeless condition. And there's no need to feel the burdens of Goshen. I mean the ghetto. I mean being black. I mean what? There's no need for you to suffer, feel pain or hunger, or wish you had this or that. It's all yours. Everything you want in life is yours, just for the asking from the right one. Obviously, you've been asking from the wrong one. I come with the right one. All you have to do is compare my followers with the rest of my people, and you'll see a contrast of poverty and riches. I have established riches in America. And my people who do not know Yahweh have established or inherited or accept poverty. Market contrast. I'll remind you again before we get into this story tonight, Feast of Passover and Unleavened Bread, that we're in a worse condition in America than we were in Egypt. Because we lost the knowledge of our God, we lost the knowledge of our history, our culture, our language, our name, our land, our destiny in life. And here we are wanting to be equal to wicked people, begging and crying to be accepted by the basis of men. Men who rule America, if they can get hold of your daughters, will have them on a movie screen without clothes on, doing every imaginably wicked thing that you could ever hope to see. What? I said, if the wicked of America can get hold of your daughter, that's what he will turn them into. He'll turn them into prostitutes. He glamorizes being a model, and you turn out to be a model for filth instead of a model of excellence. What? Every man in here has an idea of what a woman who becomes the top model in the world has gone through. She's gone through so many she can't remember them all. That's what's in your head. How many understand that's just about the way it is? A woman that becomes the biggest star in Hollywood had many homes to sleep in. And they use terms like slept their way all the way to the top. You heard that? Is that America? And you want to be equal to that? The president of America, the government of America, the biggest drug dealers on earth. You want to be equal to that? They're afraid to let Noriega's testimony come out. Everything is classified. They let Colonel North go down as the world's greatest openly confessed liar. And your president, Reagan, has the worst memory of anybody on the planet. And they have judges down here that just made the headline news just in the last month, being the most crooked thing ever existed. He's still sitting on the bench, no question about him being removed from the bench. But they had a black one, Al C. Hastings, that they say he thought about being crooked. Impeached him. What? And you want to be equal to that. That's the point. You want to be equal to slave masters? You want to be equal to slumlords? You want the equal right to commit police brutality on people without a cause, just on the basis of their skin color? Is that what you want? You want the right to rob people in the name of the law? And they call it lawyer? And they call it fine print? Whereas, hereto, therefrom, of, in, and about, up, under, beneath, and over, in here somewhere, is many loopholes. And you need 20 lawyers to find the loophole. You try to close the door to the traps that's been set on you. That's what you want equality to do? There's 8 million homeless people in America. And the rulers of America act like they don't exist. Is that what you want to be equal to? Have the right to put the rest of the people out of home? I'm letting you know I want nothing to do with equality. That's why I refuse to build a black hotel. I don't have a black hotel. Everybody know what kind of hotel I have? Superior Hotel. Right. That's why people from all over the earth come and stay with me. If I had a black hotel, they wouldn't come. And since I run a Superior Hotel, black folk don't come. I'm sure glad you are not black. See, that we're talking about a mindset. Praise Yahweh. You have to come out of America, my people, that you be not partakers of her plagues. You must separate yourself from America. Leave America right now. How many understand what I'm saying now? Mindset. Feast of Passover, unleavened bread, 1990. It's already started off new. Feast of Passover relates to who you are as a people. What is our nationality? It is Hebrew Israelite. We've been everything. Don't know who we are. We've been going through a serious metamorphosis. We've been colored, Negro, Afro-American, African-American. Some of you tried to be Bilalians and Bilalians. Want to name yourself after another African. Not even a land, just sick, just silly. Don't speak Bilalian. There's no such thing as Bilalian land. You don't have a Bilalian name. I mean, just suffering from a serious identity crisis. And then here lately, you've been calling yourself black. And people from all over the earth who have the color you have don't relate to what you're talking about. What do you mean, black? My culture doesn't identify me like that. I don't identify to my self-worth on the basis of my being black. I am what I am on the basis of my culture, my history. But see, my people in America don't know that. That's why I'm come to you. And that's why black people from all over the earth, all the islands and all the other countries, don't want to have anything to do with so-called Negroes, so-called black men of America, is because they know you don't know anything about who you are. That's what it's about. And a man that doesn't know who he is just in bad shape. So I'm here to tell you who you are. Cut the whole story short. You are Hebrew Israelites. That's our nationality. That's who you are. That's your nationality, Hebrew Israelite. You are the original Israelites. Nobody on earth is claiming to be an Israelite but people that look like us, really. Jews don't call themselves Israelites. They call themselves Israelis. And later in life, you'll understand why they call themselves Israelis. They're not my subject tonight either. You can learn that from some of the books I write, who you really are. I'm here to tell you, you're not a nigger. Now, all of you that still think you're a nigger, then you just get this little yellow book and you'll come into the knowledge that you're not one. Now, I know you're going to go back home and call somebody a nigger before this. You'll be saying in a week, these niggas make me sick. And niggas get on my nerves. Well, nigga ain't, you know? You'll be saying some of that. Nigga! But you're not that. Hebrew is your history. Hebrew is your culture. Hebrew is your language. Yahweh is your God. All of North Africa is given to you through your patriarchal father, Abraham. A tiny piece of it is called Israel today. All of that's your land through Abraham. It belongs to you. That's your birthright. Hebrew is your language. And you're destined to rule the world forever. That's what you're called to do. My name is Yahweh, then Yahweh. My father's name is Yahweh. That's who I come from. Perhaps you carry the name of your father, and that's fine with me. My father's name is Yahweh, so I come in his name. As long as you fail to know Passover is your history, you're going to remain in poverty. Other people are going to rule over you. Feast of Passover is a Hebrew holy day celebrated in the month Abib, on the 14th day of the month. Passover is the first day of an 8-day celebration observed by the nation of Yahweh. And we observe it according to the solar time, solar calendar, the time which was instituted 6,000 years ago and beyond 6,000 years ago. We live in solar time. The calendar that you go by is made by man, who is in opposition to you and your rulership. The calendar you go by today is sometimes referred to as the Roman calendar. And when you study who the Romans were, then you'll know who's over you today. And they changed time. Where? Turn to Daniel chapter 7, verse 25. Daniel chapter 7, verse 25. We will find out that the enemy of Yahweh, your enemy, has nerve to speak against the Most High. Most High means whoever speaks is beneath him. And here we have someone beneath the Most High speaking great words against the Most High. That takes a lot of nerve, in my opinion. What does it take in your opinion? A lot of nerve. And the purpose of speaking against the Most High is to wear out the saints. who belong to the Most High. So here we see the saints of the Most High is the object of this wicked man. To speak against the Most High is to speak against those who are of the Most High. And to do what? Wear them out. Now, a synonym for wear out is wipe out. A synonym for wear out is to disintegrate. A synonym for wear out is for a people to exist no more. Be gone. And that's what happened to the so-called blacks of America. You're not a people anymore. You are something expendable, used during slavery to pick cotton and build America and make it great. Now you're a burden, something to be wiped out. And they're busy doing it. And you are helping them to do it with birth control, abortion. When you see a little nigger today, you should have a party. Because see, a little nigger is a miracle to be here. Look what he has to go through to get here. I mean, a little nigger has to go through a tubal ligation, a vasectomy, tube tie, doesn't he? He has to go through all of this to get here. A bunch of jelly. The little nigga has to go through jelly to get his suppository. UIDs or IDUs or something. DUIs or something. I mean, IUD, I know, yeah, y'all know what this is. Little niggas have to go through IUD, can't spell a word. He's in there trying to go through all of that. Little niggas have to go through abortion. Huh? He has to go through drugs to try to get here. Then as soon as he come out, if he's lucky to get here today, there's somebody waiting on him. They grab him by his heel, hang him upside down, and start beating on his behind. That's how he's introduced to the world. I mean, a little nigga is in, he's telling you in for it, nigga. Boom, boom. And if you walk around America today, you don't find many little niggas in a roller coaster. I mean, baby struggle or buggy. Baby struggle, buggy, whatever. He's in a serious condition. But if you go out on the edge of the town, you see white women with 3 or 4 babies in one buggy. They're paying white women $5,000 a child, while all the birth control clinics are in the black neighborhood, getting wiped out. Then they tell you that all niggas have AIDS. All you niggas got AIDS. Therefore, all niggas should wear condoms. You know, rubbers. Prophylactics, what they were when I was growing up. Today they call them condoms. I thought they were saying condor at first. You know, those things be flying around. They got him extinct. They're trying to do the same thing to niggas they've done to the condor. Look upon us like we vultures. Now, don't you know if every nigga wear a condom or rubber, where is going to be some little new niggas coming from? It won't be no more niggas. If you try to run from AIDS, it won't be no niggas. Right? They got you running scared, don't they? You running from everything. You know, since they came up with AIDS, have you noticed syphilis don't exist no more? Gonorrhea is gone, isn't it? You can run around here thinking it's gone if you want to. You'll still be trying to, oh, whoa. Oh. Better be grabbing hold to a pole or something. But how many remember gonorrhea? What happened to it? Is it still around? All I hear is AIDS. What you hear? There's no money being raised to get rid of syphilis and gonorrhea. Niggas must have all of it. They're not talking about it. The only reason they talk about AIDS is because some white boys died from the faggots. You know, they died from it. Right? Oh, glory, Yahweh. You need to pass over all of this. Here's somebody speaking great words against the Most High. That takes nerve, doesn't it? That has to be a rebel of the worst sort. And the game plan is to wear out the saints. And said it shall happen. So the only people I see wore out are black folk in America. So we must be the saints of the Most High. I'm here to tell you that you are. And what did this person want to do, this group of people? They had in their mind to change the time, that means the calendar, and the laws of God. Now they call it legislature. And what is law today? Gets legislated away tomorrow. Yeah, you heard of affirmative action? See, that was legislature. You know, the courts that you trusted in? Remember how you trusted in the courts? Yeah, you remember. Courts reversed themselves on you, didn't they? Everything you're trying to do, they call reverse discrimination. Affirmative action. Gone. Martin Luther King died for nothing. All young niggas under 30 have been set back, all the way back. It's shocking too, isn't it? Wow. It's been the game plan all the time. Wear you out. The laws have been changed. People no longer follow the laws of God. They follow who? The laws of man. Whether the man who's in charge of laws today is against the Most High. So when you follow the laws of man, you are against the Most High, even if you don't intend to be. It says what? The saints of the Most High will be given into the hand of the wicked who are speaking against the Most High. Now, how do you get into his hand? Through his education. How do you get into his hand? Through his politics. How do you get into his hand? Through his religion. These are all traps set. When you socialize with them, you really took a turn for the worse. Segregated schools had its problems, but we weren't the wicked people we are since integration. Says, but the saints of the Most High, though we're being given into his hand, will it last forever? No, it says until a time and the dividing of time. Now you have to be a mathematician to understand this. You have to be able to divide and multiply and carry on, right? Time and a dividing of time. You have to be sharp to figure this one out. Laws changed on you. All the words you read are against the Most High. That means everything you read is against God. That's why there's no Bible in school. That's why there's no prayer in school. Why? They're against God. One wicked woman can file a lawsuit in America and kill prayer in the whole system. Now, in verse 27, it says, no, verse 26 lets you know judgment is going to sit. And the saints of the Most High are going to take away the wicked ruler's dominion. To consume this dominion and to destroy this dominion or rulership until the end of it. Now, it takes superior power of mind to get this done. And in verse 27, the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High who were previously under the hand of the wicked. And all the nations of the earth shall serve and obey the Son of Yahweh. And those who follow Yahweh, because it belongs to Yahweh in the first place. Now, it may not look like much, and it may not look like this is going to happen, but it is. Just keep living. I'm here to make you the rulers of the world. And you that don't want to rule the world, love being ruled over. And those of us who are going to rule don't mind at all ruling over you. See, that doesn't disturb me one iota. You're not wanting to rule. See how easy it is going to be? You don't want to rule. So what? That means those of us who are going to rule will just be over you. That's all. No big deal. It's really all right. There's only two classes of people. One who rules and the ones ruled over. That's just the way it is. All over this planet, that's the way it is. So it's up to you what you want to be. Now, you can't be ruler by yourself. You've been trying everything you know. And nothing has worked for you. Nothing you tried has worked. You've been marching, demonstrating, falling out, fussing and cussing, trying to get white folk to treat you like they treat themselves. Crying, moan, and groan because they don't treat you just like they treat each other. The doggone crackers make me sick. I mean, you talk. I mean, imagine you're in the white man's hotel cursing him out. See, you can't do that in my hotel. Boy, I'll put you out. You can't stay. You let me hear you talking about me and say, I don't want your money. You have to get out, Jack. You are through. You are gone. You out of here. White folks so smart, they take your money, let you talk about them, and say, come back next year and talk about us. You bring them $20, $30 million next year and have a bigger convention just to talk about white folks. In their hotel. Amazing. Aren't we amazing people? And then complain about the service. You see these crackers, boy? They don't even clean the room right. But you paid up. They act like they don't want to wait on you, but I'm going to sit here, honey. You better believe that. They may not want to wait on me, but I'm going to sit right here. I'm going to make these crackers take my money. And I'm going to eat all the food they spit on, too. Can't put me out. I'll file a suit. I didn't save up money for 20, 30 years. Whole family, father, mother, sisters, children, nieces, cousins, uncles and aunts have saved up money for 20 years, open up a factory, and they get ready to hire their nieces and nephews and cousins and uncles and aunts and the sisters and the daughters and the mothers and fathers who saved up the money. The niggas hear that they're opening up. There go the niggas out. I'm here to make an application. Haven't saved a nickel. Haven't sacrificed nothing in 20 years. Didn't put a dime in the place.
and say, I have just as much right to work here as anybody else. If you don't hire me, I'm going to file a discrimination suit and mark and picket this joint. These people are hiring their own children. They sacrifice the money. What right have you to go out there and demand they hire you? You lucky if they give you a broom, nigga. I wouldn't even give you a broom. I'm heavy on you, aren't I? But you need it because you're a bunch of dependents. You wait on white people to get it all together and sacrifice and suffer and plan and stay up night and day and pay architects and engineers and surveyors and fight the bankers and put their money. I mean, they go through all kind of hell to get this thing together. You don't go through nothing. And walk out with an African, well, I graduated from Harvard. And here's my resume. Check it out. Can't remember a thing you learned in school. If they gave you a test on what you went to school for 4 years, you would make an F. Sitting in the office. You only went and studied long enough, and that was a crash study. You know how you wait till the last minute? And they call it cram. That's like force everything in that head that'll go in there and try to hope some of it stay long enough for the exam to get over. And when you walk out the classroom, you be hollering, I aced that bad boy. Whatever grade you made, C, B, D, or F, it doesn't make any difference because you didn't go to school to learn a thing. Isn't that rough on you? I'm talking about people so bad. I was sitting in the classroom next to you. I know what you were doing. You were partying all semester. They used to call it party hardy. Niggas party hard. I saw you myself doing it. Never went to school to learn a thing. You went to school to pass, get a grade, and get that sheepskin. And all you want to learn how to do after that was write a resume, and you usually hire somebody to do that. Can't type. Have to hire a typist. What? And you want to impress white folks. And they say, well, you start in at the entry level. And you really be upset about that. I go to school, man, and start in some bottom. Now let's check out the Japanese. The Japanese know they're not going to be president of M1 Pictures. I mean, they know that up front. I mean, it's understood he's not going to be president. But you can't find Japanese marching, demonstrating, filing no discrimination suit, asking for no special rights. They don't ask for affirmative action. Huh? But the father wants him to be president of MGM Pictures. So what does he do? He buys MGM. Huh? And when the Japanese buy MGM, guess who gets to be president? Little Japanese. Little Japanese. Huh? You sit around wanting to picket the pictures that come out of Hollywood. Well, no blacks. I'll tell you what the Indian chief told me. He was out here fixing our hut at Sun City, you know, those little straw things. And so he said he went out to Anadarko, Oklahoma to one of their chief meetings and all this. talking to white folks. So they gathered around the white man and said, "Pale face, we want them to know why. In all the movies, you always win. You have us running around wagons, don't ever have enough sense to come in. Got us running around, hollering on the horse. Y'all just shoot us all off the horses. Be 4 or 5 of y'all inside the wagon train with only a few bullets, and be hundreds of us coming down, and we come down hooping and hollering and run around and then run away scared and always lose. Every movie we lose." So the white boy said, "Look, Chief, let me tell you. When you buy and own the movie house, then you start winning. We don't like to hear that because that requires responsibility. See, if we don't hear this kind of wisdom, we can still run around and place our poverty at the feet of somebody else and say it's their fault. But what I'm saying to you tonight causes you to pass from poverty over to riches. Takes away the excuse. You want to be president of a company in America? Buy it. I didn't like the idea of being told I couldn't go on the beach and when I have to leave. Huh? So I bought the beach. Stay long as I want to. Don't tell me it can't be done. I'm doing it. That's why I stepped in downtown center of Atlanta and bought a skyscraper hotel. Swimming pool on the 4th floor. Doing it. I'm inviting you to do it. I'm looking for doers. I'm not interested in hearers only. I'm looking for doers of the word. You who are ready to make a difference. I say it costs to be the boss. You have to pay the price if you want to live the life. Praise Yahweh. Some of us want to live the life without paying the price. It's like playing poker. It costs you to see this hand. Up the ante. And I up the ante. I don't know how you play it, but they say up or something. They say more money. Anyway, it means more money to see the hand. Is that poker? Yeah, I know it's one. Some of I see enough of it on TV that they be putting more money down before you can see the hand. Caution. But I have a pat hand that you can win with. I'll make you a guaranteed winner. Because that's what Yahweh is all about. Winning. I'm looking for winners. You who don't want to win, just keep watching us who love being winners. When the suffering and hardships from my being in slavery reached a climax in Egypt, the compassion of Yahweh was upon us. And Yahweh heard our affliction. I'm saying that the suffering and the hardships of my people in America has caused Yahweh to hear your moan and your groan. And out of Yahweh's compassion, I come. Because I've heard my people's affliction. Yahweh is doing today what he did in the past. In Egypt, Yahweh set in motion a divine preordained plan to redeem us. Why? Because we were his chosen people. He set in a divine plan to redeem us from our captors. We were unable to redeem ourselves from our captors. And we, the so-called blacks of America, have been in the hands of our captors for over 434 years. 435 years now. And we've been unable to redeem ourselves from our captivity. So you're in need of a Passover today, just as you were in need of a Passover in Egypt. Our redemption was initiated with an event called Passover and concluded with the Feast of Unleavened Bread. Yahweh showed Pharaoh many signs and wonders. Why? To convince Pharaoh to let us go. Today, I'm showing Pharaoh of America many signs and wonders. Yahweh is showing many signs and wonders. You are looking at weather like you've never seen it before. And they should make it national headlines and do movies of the destruction Yahweh is raining down upon this country. And you who are from all over America can bear witness that Yahweh is doing devastating work in nature. And I told all of America and the world on West 57th Street that if you mess with me, I'll show you. You'll find that Yahweh controls nature. And Yahweh is doing a devastating destruction on this country. Many signs and wonders. But as in the past, Pharaoh would not submit to Yahweh's command as brought to him by Moses. So this modern day Pharaoh is not submitting. It says, in the heart of Pharaoh was hardened in the past. Neither would Pharaoh let us, the children of Israel, go. Moses. Let's go to Exodus chapter 9. Exodus chapter 9. Exodus chapter 9, verse 35. Read.
And the heart of Pharaoh was hardened, neither would he let the children of Israel go, as the Lord Yahweh had spoken by Moses.
So the hardening of Pharaoh's heart and mindset against letting us go was not his own idea. Alone. It wasn't his all alone. Yahweh had something to do with it. So Yahweh hardened his heart, caused him to say, well, I'm not going to do it. I refuse to submit. I want you to know emphatically that Bush knows I'm here. Reagan knows I'm here. Your senators and congressmen of America know I'm here. I know they know I'm here because they have sent me books and letters thanking me for writing to them, informing them of Yahweh and what he's doing and why. So I have concrete proof they know I'm here. I made sure of it. But they're not running to let us go. I'm telling them why they're suffering, why the country is going through hell. Because you holding my people, the so-called blacks of America, and won't let them go. And the reason that Yahweh would harden Pharaoh's heart was because he wanted to show forth more power. See, I'm not through showing what I can do. What I'm showing right now is a sign and a wonder. To have 5 hotels in this town and have a hotel in downtown Atlanta, I'm talking about downtown Atlanta, in the middle of downtown. When you draw a circle around it, it's in the center of downtown. I'm talking about right in the middle. These are signs and wonders that have lodges across the country now. Lodges across America. Beautifying places where we meet all across America. Signs. Wonder. People are wondering about Yahweh. So now, my name is becoming as prominent as other so-called leaders, dead and alive. Now I have a book coming out, and I hope to have it published by the 1st of June. The last of May, it will be published. I wish I could do it in color. Only my time to be in color. And the rest of it will be black and white, because I can't afford to do it otherwise right now. But the book is going for $50. I'll tell you up front right now. If you can't afford it, you need to stay in poverty. And I set a high price on it because it's valuable. Priceless. Only rich-minded men and women deserve it. You spend $50 on a movie. They sell stuff to exercise with on TV for $19.99 for 3 payments. When you get through, you'll still be fat. But this book is going to turn the world. It's called From Poverty to Riches. It's going to shake the whole planet up. All I'm going to say is you're going to want it. I know you're going to want it. I'm talking about Passover tonight. Passover was the final plague of a series of 10 plagues that Yahweh placed on Egypt. So I'm causing plagues to be placed on America. In a series, you have an earthquake caused by Yahweh. Volcano eruptions caused by Yahweh. Floods all over the earth. Rainstorms all over the earth. Snowstorms all over the earth. Wind just decide to blow at 100 miles an hour for no cause. Just jump up and start blowing 100 miles an hour. Can't find out where it started from or why. Just destroying stuff. All kinds of diseases, all kinds of sickness. Plagues. Drugs. Plague. Snow is a plague. There's so much snow, they call cocaine snow. Plagues. All because I'm here after you, the so-called black men of America, first. That's why all this is going on. When you study their history, you find that Pharaoh made many promises that he would liberate the Hebrew people if Yahweh would just ease up. And each time Yahweh eased up the plague, he went on back to doing what he was doing. See, Pharaoh's known to do that. And that's the way this man is in America. The American government is known to give you a little bit, then take it back. Make you a lot of promises, and then they fail you on every hand. Huh? Now your set-asides are gone. Voters' right bill is dead. Affirmative action is gone. Discrimination is in. Skinheads are in. Neo-Nazis are in. Huh? White supremacist cults have raised up all across the country is in. They beat you up on the college campus. Burn you out the neighborhood. How many heard about these things? Everybody heard? So you're not free, are you? And you got leaders, false leaders running all across America. Raising hell, just talking. No solution. You don't need an emotional speech. You need to learn how to be a ruler, not a governor, not of Texas, but a governor of yourself. Govern your own home. Govern your neighborhood. Govern your city. You already own the cities if you were in the knowledge of Yahweh. You already own it. You live in it. Why don't you rule it? I'm ready for you to rule it. Anybody ready? If you're ready, then you get serious. Say, I'm real serious. Everything I'm doing, I prove I'm serious. Pharaoh kept hardening his heart. Yahweh hardened the heart of Pharaoh so he could show his power, show his sovereignty, show his authority over the rulers of Egypt. And so that we may teach our children of Yahweh's eminence, that we might teach our children of Yahweh's might. We have the power in the past, which indicates to us Yahweh has the same power now. My people have just been praying to the enemy's God. How can you expect the God of your oppressor to set you free from oppression? Never thought about it, did you? I mean, it just didn't come on. The people, the religion that you've been worshiping in comes from your oppressor, originated by your oppressor, formed and created by your oppressor. Your oppressor was practicing the religion that you're in when he brought you here and put you in slavery. So how are you going to get out from under slavery using his religion? You haven't. The proof is you have not. After 434 years, 35 years, you have not. So I'm here to set you free. I'm after Pharaoh. And I mean, Yahweh has all power. Yahweh said to Moses, go in unto Pharaoh. I have hardened his heart. Can you imagine that? I don't want to look. I want you to go to Bush, but I have fixed Bush where he's not going to hear you. Now, you already hard-headed. Can you imagine being told that up front? She said, hey, what's the need of me going to talk to Bush? He's a Republican. I'm a Democrat. He's not going to hear me. And I tell you up front, he's not going to hear you. That's what Yahweh told Moses. Moses, I want you to go to Pharaoh and say these words to him, but I have hardened his mind against anything he said. And not only that, you're not going to get any sympathy for anybody that works for Pharaoh. You know how one group said, well, see, it's not me. It's the boss. Y'all heard that one? You know, I'm not prejudiced myself. It's them. So here we see that the servants and Pharaoh had the same mentality. Now why would Yahweh do such a thing to Moses? Is so that you could tell in the ears of your son and your son's son the things that I have done in Egypt, and my sign which I have done among them. Moses, I'm doing all these things so that you will know that I am Yahweh. So black folk of America, I want you to go to Bush. And demand of him your freedom. And to treat you right and just and honorable and good. Maybe he'll treat you like he did your people in Grenada. Maybe he'll treat you as nice as he did your people in Panama. He only killed up about 4,000 of you over there in Panama. Claimed it was Noriega. Looks like that was a lie. Noriega is here in Miami, but 4,000 black folk are dead in Panama. And a puppet, a big fat puppet, has been placed in authority by Bush. Maybe you can get some mercy from him. Noriega was his boy. They dealt in drugs together. He didn't get no mercy. Maybe you can. Why don't you go to Bush? Reagan is out of there. His memory's bad. Some of you don't look like you want to go to Bush. See, I already have Bush's mind fixed against all folks who call themselves black. Already fixed. So he got Leon Sullivan and so forth. Pharaoh had magicians too. Oh, y'all didn't know he had magicians? Let's look at Exodus chapter 10. You right there at it. The book is right there. We just got out of 9. Exodus 10, verses 1 and 2. Read.
And the Lord Yahweh said unto Moses, Go in unto Pharaoh, for I have hardened his heart, and the heart of his servants, that I might show these my signs before him, and that thou mayest tell in the ears of thy son, and of thy son's son, what things I have wrought in Egypt, and my signs which I have done among them, that ye may know how that I am the Lord Yahweh.